You're listening to Short Inspirations from Ralph. Leadership, Building Great Teams, Part 4. One of the best things that you can do as a leader of a team is to find out how your team members tick. What motivates them? What's their strengths? What's their work areas? What are they good at? This is so important for a number of reasons. Firstly, you want to know where to place them within your organisation. What sort of skill set do they have, etc. But more than that, if you know a bit more about what they're like, then you can gain much greater understanding as to what's going on with a person, especially if they don't seem to meet the expectations of the organisation, and this becomes fertile ground for misunderstandings between team members and between you and that person. But more than that, can also lead to conflicts or a breakdown of relationship. I would highly recommend taking your staff and leader volunteers through Strength Finder, and I've talked about that in my series Be Yourself. It's a 4-part series that I encourage you to listen to. But one of the things that we did with our team was to discuss the 6 thinking hats. Now, this was a process that was developed to escape adversarial thinking, avoid confusion, and to generate focus and synergy, and to achieve powerful results in teams. Each of the 6 hats have a colour and represent a certain personality trait. So, for example, the white hat represents pure knowledge, a person who's really interested in detail, data collection, and it asks, what do we know? The white hat covers facts, figures, information needs, and gaps. The red hat represents feelings and hunches. The hat legitimizes emotions and explores fears, likes, dislikes, loves, and hates. It's feeling focused. This is how I feel would be their catch cry. So the red hat is the opposite of the white hat. That's objective information. The black hat focuses on critical negative judgments. It identifies cautions and dangers and potential problems. They may ask what may be hazardous. The black hat thinker is a gatekeeper, not a dream breaker. They can seem to be a bit of a wet blanket to great ideas that a team's discussing. The yellow hat symbolises sunshine, brightness, and optimism. It's positive and constructive, and it asks what could happen in a positive direction. The yellow hat is the zone of dreams and visions, and it helps keep the group going when everything looks gloomy and difficult. The green hat is symbolic of fertility, of growth, the value of seeds. It involves creative thinking and the search for alternatives while generating new concepts and new perceptions. It asks, what haven't you considered before? It involves brainstorming with new possibilities, alternatives and ideas and concepts. The last of the 6 hats is the blue hat, and this was more me, if you like. It represents the management of the thinking process. They are thinkers like orchestra conductors, seeking a proper balance and blending of the other 5 hats. It asks, what is the conclusion? The blue hat's also responsible for summaries, overviews, and conclusions. Great at making decisions and problem solving. In my role as a senior leader of a church, I worked with a team, and amongst that team, amazingly, was these 6 hats. And so I began to understand what was going on with all these particular different individuals that we had on the team. They were very different in many ways, but this gave me an insight as to what was going on, rather than get defensive about someone who may not be in sync with everyone else. And really, instead of being threatened by someone's way of thinking, we learn to value that very much. My suggestion is to have a look at the website Debono Group, DEBONO Group.com, and explore the 6 thinking hats. God bless you.